anh ấy rất phổ biến,世界都rất phổ biến，今日貼自習得到指圖自建節目，用英文開始到2018年1月10日台灣福爾摩沙高雄。
We pray for Ukraine or Ukraine.
Xưa khi xưa mẹ đẻ ra 100 cái trứng sinh lũ con, 100 đứa con rồng lặng hồng, 100 đứa con rồng lặng hồng, 50 con vượt đồi non phá rừng núi, 2 dãy đường xây đắp buồn.
This body is lousy. When I wasn't with you, I never got any cold for many years. Every winter, summer, same. I forgot that I could have a cold again because I had enough time to recover, even just a little running nose or cough, it's just for a day and it's gone. Now I don't have enough time. You watch Supreme Master TV, huh? You saw the Mongolians, when they talk, like, and the same with the Jerusalem people. The Jews, the three of them have maybe the same ancestor or something. They speak exactly the same. Right, correct. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I'm surprised, how come the 3 countries are so far from each other? The South, so cute, so cute. Right? Yeah. Really? I'm not trying to make fun of them. It's truly like that. You hear the 3 sounds, huh? Yeah. And the other day, on Mother's Day, remember there was one Kurdish Iranian came up to the stage to speak, and she said she's from Australia, so we didn't expect, But immediately I recognized that this Iranian language person because everything ka, no, ka, wala, ka, everything oh, A lot of ka inside, right? Yes. Yeah, you recognize it right away. So I just made fun with her. I said, it sounds like Hebrew. It's the opposite of their language, Hebrew and Persian, they don't really have much in common, the languages. They were just making fun. The Persian, they speak always, right? Huh? Blah, blah. Yeah. Just like the Italian, everything is karani, even so funny, something like we just say sentiment, as I say sentimental. What else? I forgot. Everything's a spaghetti, pizza. Yeah, you can recognize it, some languages, after a while, you know them right away. Or the Greek language, you will know it. It is funny, huh? How come we look all the same, similar, very much, or the nose in the front, and 2 eyes, 2 ears? We speak completely different languages. Even the Vietnamese, they speak in different accents. But we understand each other, thank God. Even then, still have war. Imagine that. Huh? No wonder the world always has some war, some here and there. Speaking the same language like Korean, still north and south, tense. Still tense. And the north and the south of Vietnam before. Boom, boom, boom. Same language, same ancestry. The legend has it that we have a fairy mother and a dragon father. The dragon's supposed to live in the water, and the fairy is supposed to live in heaven. And somehow they met each other and married. Usual stuff. And then the mother gave birth to 100 eggs. And then the 100 eggs hatched into 100 children. And after a while, like many of the marriages, they say sayonara. Yeah? The husband maybe found another fairy, I don't know, he didn't say so in the history. But he said, well, I am from the dragon race and you are from the fairy abode. We cannot be together. They have been together, all right, right? Had 100 children even. And say now maybe he had it. Maybe it's 3 years each or 7 years each. He say, oh, we can't live together. So you take 50 children, go to the plain or mountain, I forgot which one goes where. And he took the other 50. The 50 go with the father, maybe to the plain, I guess, because they have more water there. Huh? And the mother with the other 50 children went to the mountain. That's why there was a song. You heard it on Christmas Day? I sent it to the team. Did you hear that song? Da 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 da. Tôi đi từ ải Nam Quan sau vài ngàn năm lẻ. No? Yes? How many words? Raise hands. How many words that? You know the hip-hop that the team did for me, and then I sent him this one? Yeah? Okay. So in that song, the composer told the story of a princess and her lover, and also mentioned that part of the story. The general, you know, the commander of the army said, I'm coming from Nam Quan Pass, yeah? Several thousand years later, since the day of one clan split into two divisions, some pass the mountain and forest and make their own establishments and establish a country, making a border, near the border of other countries. Yeah. That means they make their own country then, yeah, within their own border, without the border of other countries. And the other 50 going toward the sea. Is almost near there. So they established in the plain, you know. Yeah. And he meant that he came from that kind of descendants of ancestry. But now he is accompanying the princess all the way from Nam Quan Pass, means it's far north. Before, Vietnam wasn't such a long country like now. And then he accompanied her, even though in love with each other. She had to sacrifice so that the war would stop and peace return to Vietnam and that country named Champa. But he's in love with her, and it was even more painful that he had to bring her to the other men. And he remembered the time of division in the same clan before. So he said just several thousand years later, there's another separation. He thought it's just as big, just as epic, you know, epically big as that time. Because of his pain, you know, of course it's as big. Yeah, he felt that way. And then he accompanied her to over there, and even the wind helped to send her to the other country with a different song, different languages, and stranger to his heart and her heart, something like that. And he said he remembered before he was going with her, but not like that. He's following her and are together, but they're going out to make a secret street and pathway in order to encounter the enemy at that time. And now it's a different road, you know. He's going on a different mission now. It's different than before. Before it was more noble, you know. They go together and think of the way to protect Vietnam at that time. And now it's different. She's going to another country for peace and using her beauty to exchange for the expansion of the country as well. Not just peace, but they give dowry, you know, 2 big provinces in exchange for her marriage. So after that, if you're tired, you can go, my love. We're getting over tired quickly, I know that. It happens to me all the time. I just have to go and splash my face or, go exercise or do some silly things, turn upside down, inside out, do silly things, and then wake up again, go to work. Otherwise, there's no way, If I drop to sleep, I can sleep all day, all night. Yeah, I can always sleep. Yeah. Well, don't ask me what kind of sleep. I can always, all day, all night. I don't need to eat or drink. If I can sleep, I just sleep through peacefully, like the bear in winter. It's a very noble song, a noble sacrifice. And then afterward, when the king of that country died, it's describing his feelings while he's walking, riding with her to the other country. He looked at both sides of a beautiful house and family. It looks so lovely and cozy. But how many times have these houses been desolated, depleted, shabby because of the war, And then the moss, is growing on the roof instead of the red bricks. That's what he was saying. He was telling his beloved all these things. Or maybe he's just telling himself in his heart only. And he always called her when he talks like that, saying, oh, my love, this and that and that. But I'm not sure whether he talks to her directly or because of his position and her position. He is just a God, quiet and thinking all this by himself. And then he says, while traveling on this road, a main highway road, at that time they call it the Mandarin Road, because he had to bring her to the other country, it seems like a defeat to him. Well, so he was thinking of the time when he won over the Chinese invaders. He was thinking of all that. And now he's walking here, the same road, same blooded and bone road. He thought of the history and he felt so choked, so sad. That's the only time that he lamented. The rest is just say, okay, I follow you for peace sake. Yeah. So that all will have security and safety, live their life dignifiedly. Yeah. There was a very sad song, but it sings very beautifully. And he made it as if you can imagine the horse carriage is running and the horse is galloping alongside. And later, because that king died, I'm not sure if I have forgotten any other detail meanwhile, but never mind. The king died, and according to that country tradition, the queen and the concubines have to be burned alive to die with the king together. Same with India before, because they misinterpreted one word only. And many Indian women died, especially the royal woman, died in the fire, burned alive, to show their faithfulness to the king, or whoever rich at that time. It's supposed to be like the main wife and the other wife standing in front of the fire, remembering and respecting the deceased king. But the word front is deleted or gone or forgotten. So instead of standing in front of the fire, it becomes standing in the fire to remember the king and show faithfulness and blah, 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 blah. Just to a dead body.
Cho con vua khi ra hua, cho ma quái, cho lũ nài ngơ ngác say vì nhạc đồng, ngơ ngác say vì nhạc đồng.